Ever feel like your money's out there waving a flag that says sue me? Like it just threw on a sequin jumpsuit and started moonwalking in front of the courthouse? Yeah, that's how most people handle their asset protection, by not handling it. But today we're pulling back the curtain on how high net worth individuals really protect their fortunes, and I'm going to show you the ironclad legal vault that not only locks your assets down, but also has a moat, shark, and a drawbridge operated by a guy named Hans, whose ancestors were Roman soldiers. Hi, I'm the business guy. I'm the CEO of the Lawyers Limited Law Firm and Asset Protection Planners. I've been setting up Cook Islands trusts for nearly 30 years, and I've been in the asset protection game for 34 years. We've established more Cook Islands trusts than any firm in the world. So if you've got 7 figures or more, this episode is your legal survival guide, so stick around, because the real danger isn't losing your money, it's thinking your money's safe when it isn't. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. I drop new strategies every week that the other guys won't tell you about until it's too late. Now imagine walking down the street when suddenly, wham, a process server hands you a lawsuit like it's a party invitation. Only instead of a cake, you're getting a financial colonoscopy. In the US, there are over 40 million lawsuits filed every year. That's 1 every 2 seconds. And that means while you are watching the last episode of Succession, 1,800 people just got sued. Statistically, if you're wealthy, you're a neon target in a dark alley. You don't have to do something wrong to be sued. You just have to own something that somebody else wants. Let's talk about Jeff. Now, that's not his real name. He was a successful real estate investor. He owned 12 properties. His tenant slipped on soap in the shower, sued him, and boom, Jeff's got a $3.2 million portfolio that was on the chopping block. Now, here's the kicker. The judge awarded the plaintiff $5 million, more than the entire value of the estate. Now, there's a little more to the story because emotional damages. Yeah, apparently it was very traumatic soap. So Jeff had all his assets in his personal name, like a guy bringing a spoon to a sword fight. Now, what about LLCs? Yes, they're useful, but in most states, a judge can issue something called a charging order and basically freeze the LLC, or they can penetrate through the LLC altogether. We see it all the time. Think of it like a financial timeout share. And domestic trusts? I mean, don't get me started. A judge in your home state can simply say, I order you to give me the assets, trustee, and poof, your trust is toast. It's like building a castle out of popsicle sticks. I mean, looks cute until the wolves show up. I mean, if you've studied the case law like I have, these domestic trusts mostly aren't worth the paper they're written on. Enter the Cook Islands Trust. Now, this is where it gets fun, and by fun, I mean legally thrilling. A Cook Islands Trust is like putting your money in another universe where U.S. courts have no jurisdiction, but you can get it any time. A judge here can bang their gavel all day long, and the Cook Islands trustee just says, that's adorable. Now, here's how we set it up. You establish a Cook Islands Trust, and inside that trust, we form a Cook Islands LLC. You're the initial manager of the LLC. You have day-to-day control. And when a lawsuit hits, our licensed bonded trustee company, a law firm, steps in to protect you. Not before. Only if and when you need the protection. It's like driving your own car, but if somebody tries to carjack you, James Bond suddenly takes the wheel. Now, here's the part people never see coming. Let's say somebody sues you. You already set up the trust. You can move liquid assets, cash, brokerage, crypto, into the LLC that's in the trust and hold it in a Swiss bank account or another safe jurisdiction. And then when a U.S. court orders you to turn over your assets, you say, sorry, I'm not the trustee. The judge says, yeah, but you set it up. And you say, yes, I also set up my coffee maker, but it doesn't mean I can make it brew from across the world. No, don't really say that. Be respectful to the judge. Surprise punchline? You followed the law. You've done it before the lawsuit, and now your assets are out of reach. Our client, Dr. Patel, again, not his real name, was a high-profile plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills. A patient sued him for $8 million after an alleged botched procedure. He had protected his savings using a Cook Islands trust, and then when the plaintiff's attorney found out the assets were in a foreign trust, he laughed until he tried to serve papers offshore. The Cook Islands court said, sorry, we don't recognize U.S. judgments. Case dropped. Plaintiff walked away with nothing. Patel kept doing nose jobs, except now he smiled a lot more. Now, here's where most people screw it up. Timing. You can't wait until the lawsuit hits to act. There's a fraudulent transfer rule, so if you move assets after somebody sues you, the courts are going to make it a lot harder on you. It's also going to cost you more because you have to pay higher risk fees for the risk the trustee takes in taking on the case. It's like trying to install a home security system when the burglar's already in your kitchen. The smart ones protect themselves early when the seas are calm, and that's the secret, before the storm hits. And that's when you have control. Now, let me be clear. Offshore doesn't mean shady. We're not talking about hiding money from the IRS. We report everything. The trust is legal, transparent, auditable. One of the trustees we work with is audited annually by KPMG. So when people whisper, "Isn't that criminal to do?" I say, no, that's what smart people do to keep their assets away from criminals, including legal ones in $5,000 suits. So you've really got two options. Option one is hope you never get sued. And if you do, just hand over the keys to everything you've worked for. Maybe you cry a little or maybe a lot. Option two, set up a Cook Islands trust while you still can, while the legal window is open and before the plaintiff Googles your net worth. I mean, you wouldn't walk into a gunfight wearing flip-flops, so don't show up to a lawsuit with your assets exposed. If you like, you can visit assetprotectionplanners.com. You can learn more or talk with my team. That is, if you have sufficient assets, $500,000 to $1 million or more, and you're serious and not curious. Look, I know this stuff can feel heavy, but the truth is, it's empowering, because asset protection isn't about being paranoid. It's about peace of mind. That's really what it's all about. That's what I tell my clients. This is about peace of mind. It's about sleeping well at night, knowing nobody can just, walk in and take what's yours. So think of it this way. I mean, you lock your doors at night, right? Not because you live in fear, but because you live in a world where somebody can break in and take what's yours. You live in reality. Now imagine your wealth had a door. Would you leave it wide open, or would you build a steel reinforced vault with international laws wrapped around it? Exactly. So thanks for watching. I'm the business guy. Protect smart, live free, and as always, don't moonwalk in front of a courthouse. It's not a good look.